Welcome back for another mini episode of Kapow, exclusive to sftv.com.au, this time with a special guest host. That's right, it's Hex from ABC's Good Game. Thanks for coming along, Hex.
Oh, my pleasure, Al. Let's get to the comics.
Oh, I like your enthusiasm. What are we looking at today?
Well, we've got a couple of comics from Dark Horse, starting with Mr. X and then rolling into the Victories.
Now some people may be familiar with Mr. X, as he is celebrating his 30th anniversary this year. Written and illustrated by Dean Motter, the Mr. X stories play out like film noir, Futurama, and Felix the Cat all rolled into one. It's a hell of a ride, but possibly not one for the uninitiated.
Yeah, I think we could agree on that. I mean, I've never read any of the Mr. X stories before, and some of the base concepts like psychotecture, which are buildings that can control people's minds apparently, I mean, they just didn't really come across for me.
Well, personally, I dug it a lot. The combination of old school 1920s dialogue amongst the flying cars and mind-controlling buildings, the excellent use of pastel colours and negative space, it all just worked for me. I'm giving it a buy.
I was less impressed. I mean, maybe Mr. X is an acquired taste, but I would suggest that people go back and read some of Dean Motter's earlier stuff before picking up this one. As a new reader, I just couldn't get into it, so I'm giving it a berry.
Oh, fair enough. It's harsh, but I can see where you're coming from. It may not be for everyone. Now, moving on, we coincidentally enough have another title that has a single guy on art and words, this time Michael Avon Oeming with The Victories.
Yes, now this issue is a setup in every sense of the phrase. Not a lot happens apart from the establishment of the two main characters, Faustus and the Jackal. One of them a tortured hero and the other a perversely violent criminal. I have to say, I thought it was a shame that we didn't get more of a sense of the city, or any of the other characters really. I mean, why call it the Victories and then only introduce one member of the team? I don't know, it just felt a bit rushed.
Yeah, I do tend to agree on this one. I mean, although I am a big fan of Oeming's rough art style generally, in this one he just seemed to make a few questionable framing decisions that sometimes even made it a bit confusing as to what exactly was going on.
Yeah, and that scrappy, messy feel to the art gets even more pronounced near the end. I mean, honestly, everything about this comic felt like it could have used a little bit more finesse, and I'm just not really interested in seeing where it's going. I am going to give it a berry.
Well, I hate to say it, but I do tend to agree. I was thinking the same thing. I mean, the pacing in this one really does work against itself, and the tone to some of the dialogue does move towards the painfully cliched at times. I swear, if the Jackal had a moustache, he would probably be twirling it during his "look what a villain I am" monologuing. It pains me, but yeah, I'm gonna have to bury it as well.
Is that the only comic we've agreed on this week?
Actually, yeah, I think it is.
Well, if you'd like to see me and Al disagree some more, then head over to the Kapow channel at youtube.com/Kapow Comic Book Show, and if you're lucky, might even hit him with a giant hammer.
No, actually, we couldn't get the hammer. Occupational health and safety thing.
I'll find something.